And now for the real ridiculous segment. So, if liberty was air, is that really air you're breathing? See, if you're looking to pull endless amounts of quotes on liberty, then I would look no further than Thomas Jefferson. Perhaps my favorite Jefferson quote of all time was when this question, which I can still hear him asking of us today, was asked. And that is, what country can preserve its liberties if its rulers are not warned from time to time that their people preserve the spirit of resistance? Now, when a group of individuals, whether it be the Tea Party or even singular voices like that of Roy or myself, ask our government to explain itself and its motives, we're asked to go home. We're cast aside like village idiots in a greater scheme for which we're too stupid to understand. People who ask questions of their government and defend their liberty in 21st century America are labeled and discounted from the conversation of mainstream politics. And you know something? Perhaps we should be, because I don't want questions about my civil rights, my liberty, and what's best for me, my family, and my friends to be about politics. I've always believed those issues extend beyond the political. Jefferson believed in liberty so much that he would rather deal with the consequences of too much liberty than the problem of not enough. And although all of these things around us have changed since September 11th, 2001, and they've creeped up without noticing, it's because we're all like drones who simply trust the government and just comply. You know, for example, when the TSA tells us porno scanners and invasive searches are a requirement to fly, well, we just comply. When the city of Houston ignores the will of the voters and places cameras up to rob our pocketbooks and eliminate our rights as citizens to due process, we just comply. When the president signs an executive order granting the federal government control of rural lands in America, we just comply. That's all we do. We don't question, we don't protest, we hardly discuss it, because government always has our best interests in mind, much like the Federal Reserve and the large corporations they control have our best interests in mind. You see, throughout history, it's always been common practice for people who share ideas of freedom to be persecuted, laughed at, exiled, and even worse. You know, we fought a war against England for it. African Americans in the South faced fire hoses, dogs, and the blunt end of a nightstick because of it. People have been stoned to death in the Middle East and burned at the stake because of cries for freedom. And it's because of examples like this that complying with a police state becomes such an attractive option for so many Americans. But I'm often reminded of the scene from the classic film The Matrix, in which Lawrence Fishburne's character asks Keanu Reeves if he thinks that's really air he's breathing. Reeves' character, well, he found himself inside a system of control which he couldn't taste, touch, or smell. Now stop for a moment and look at the world you see today compared to the country that you lived in September 10th of 2001. Is it real ridiculous to pose the same question to yourself that Fishburne posed to Reeves? Because you see, the country that we live in today is very different than the one we lived in just 10 years ago. And so I pose that question to you. If liberty was air, are you really breathing it?